So it's loading up right now. Big shout outs to everybody.
Yep.
So welcome back to 3 Beats Later, your favorite music streaming podcast, YouTube show. We are here with Arctic. Arctic
Yes,
is
sir.
rocking the mic with us today. And
Yes, sir.
so he called last week. He hit us up, was like, "Yo, listen, man, y'all ain't doing it right. I'm taking over the show. I'm taking over the show." He said, "Let me show you how you do it." You know what I mean? So we said, "Cool. You know what I mean? Show us how to do it." And so I want you to tell people about yourself, Arctic, and give them a little bit of background about who you are, and why you qualified to take over the 3Beats Later show.
What's up? I'm Arctic. I'm a music producer out of Michigan, specifically like the Metro Detroit area. I've been producing for like 3 years, just about 3 years now, actually. I've been a guest on the show. This is my fourth? Fourth?
Yeah, pretty much we have fourth
appearance. Yeah, so I feel qualified to be here and host,
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a music technology major going to Wayne State University. So I'm just excited to be here and do this,
That's cool. Now that's the surface level reason why you qualify. Now get into some of the musical knowledge that you have, man. What tell us the typical day in your music school life.
Oh man, typical. I mean, it varies day to day. I mean, I'm waking up at 9:30 every morning, going to music theory and ear training. So yeah, music theory. It's just standard music theory stuff. I'm talking about like chords and intervals and all that. Ear training is training the ear, hearing that. Then I got piano class. Then on top of that, I'm playing in 2 ensembles. So I'm in the Wind Symphony here, Wayne State. I'm also in the orchestra, playing percussion. So I'm around music constantly. And then I also have I'm in a music technology class right now that I'm way overqualified for. So
right. Now tell us a little bit about that. What platform are they using in that class?
Yeah, they're using Logic. So yeah. So like last week we're talking about bouncing in place, and all I can think about was cheeky.
Right.
As soon as my professor said bounce in place, I just started laughing to myself.
Oh my god!
I was like, "Yep." That I was like, "Man, I did not expect my professor to say that," but
right.
But like essentially, I'm super overqualified. I've been producing at Logic for like last 3 years, so
right.
Essentially, everything that he's talking about that we're doing in Logic. In terms of like the hardware standpoint, I'm good on. In terms of like technical stuff, I'm actually learning a lot of like technical stuff in that. Yeah. And I'm actually really happy I had that class because they're diving more in depth about Logic than I've never really touched before.
Yeah.
And it's actually making me feel like a lot more creative in my own independent stuff away from school. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you hear that? Dope, shout out to Cheeky.
Shout out to Cheeky and a Logic gang.
Logic gang.
So now, because it's you, we won't talk bad about the Logic gang today. Yes. Specifically today, right? You get a pass today. Typically, there's a whole thing going on, but I'll leave that alone today. What I will ask you is this: what is one thing in your class that you learned about Logic that you didn't know before that you feel other producers could benefit from as well?
A major thing, automation. In my normal like beat making, I rarely use automation. Rarely. And so kind of diving into depth about automation using latch mode, to if you want to control different parameters using latch mode to kind of record automation points in, that changes everything that I'm doing with production. And like right now we're even touching on audio manipulation, and I already knew some stuff about that, but it's kind of turning light bulbs in my head, and it's just like, what else can I do in terms of audio manipulation? How can I change things? But probably the most useful thing I've actually got in that class is about automation. because that was something that I never really used that I'm now starting to integrate into my everyday like beat making, stuff like that.
Dope. Now, when you say automation, are you talking about like mod wheel and stuff like that, or are you just talking about different automations, like effects?
Yeah, different using different effects and kind of recording, kind of changing the parameters as the song plays, and in Logic it just kind of changes the parameter. Kind of has like a line that just changes with it. Okay. So it's very useful using latch mode in that way, and just automation in general. And that's like, I'm actually going to start using that for vocals to use for automation for vocals instead of having to because I used to do every single point individually, and it'd take forever. And it's so painstaking. Now I can just go in, just play with the gain up and down, play with the volume up and down as the vocal changes, and that will save so much time.
Yeah, that's dope. That's really dope. Now, you said vocals. Do you do a lot of vocal recordings for yourself?
No, I literally just put a Instagram story talking about this. I hate the sound of my own voice. I can't listen to myself. I've done 2 songs. I've recorded myself for 2 songs. I have one on SoundCloud, one on Spotify. And after those 2 songs, I'm done. I was done because I was just like, I hate the sound of my own voice. It's taking forever. I can't stand this. Like, only time I can really listen to myself is like a bunch of processing, like so much processing. That's like the only time I can really like tune and listen to myself. Raw vocal, can't do it.
Yeah. I was like that for a long time, man. I was like that for a very long time. It's like you live inside your head, so you hear your voice all your life, even when you're not talking out loud, you hear it in your head. So it's like, okay. I definitely dig that, man.
What was the response after you put your music out of you with your vocals?
I mean, it was mainly positive. You were like, "Oh wow, you're really good." I was just like, "Thank you." I still don't like the sound of my voice though. Like, even for my ear training class, where we have to like send in videos of us like sight singing and singing. After I record it, I play, I sing it, whatever. I record it. I don't go back and listen. I can't, because then I'm just gonna start. I just go on like, that sounded good. Like, that just sounded good coming out my mouth and my ears. I'm just gonna call it good. Usually my teacher says it's good. She says it's good. I'm just like, okay, cool.
Okay.
But then one time she was like, "Yeah, you need to go back and listen to yourself." I'm like, "I can't do it. It's not happening." Sorry to disappoint.
Fail me. I won't do it.
Fail me, please. Like, I'm not gonna go back and listen to it no matter what.
Right. Wow, man. That's crazy. So speaking of your classes, man, you did something unique, very unique this week that you gave to us. It's called field recordings. So tell us a little bit about field recordings. Why you feel it's important for that project to be completed, and what you learned about it and from your class as well.
So essentially field recordings is just a recording of your surroundings, the field, but with minimal interaction from the person recording it. So my assignment for my music technology class was go out and make a field recording, and then put it into your computer and start using equalization to mess with it and try to find underlying layers in that field recording to really bring out and let the listener hear. And I tend personally in my own music, especially for a lot of my lo-fi stuff and some of my more experimental stuff, I use a lot of field recordings in my own music. And I feel like it's important for producers to use field recordings to create a space and an atmosphere, and really to bring the listener in to the track. Because I feel like using that space and atmosphere, you're kind of transporting the listener to what you want them to see, to what you want them to feel. Like, if you're creating some really grimy like street music, you want to have like car horns, and you want to have like sounds of cars rolling across the asphalt and stuff like that in the background of the track to really transport people there. Or if you're making lo-fi and it's more slow and beautiful and you have these birds chirping and frogs croaking, it kind of creates that atmosphere of like early morning or night where you hear these sounds and you're kind of brought into that atmosphere. So that was kind of my thought process behind it.
That's interesting. I have a question about that for you. Do you when you incorporate that into your music, you know, there's a way where obviously it could be at the forefront or it could be in the background. It could be almost like you can't hear it at all. What types of music, like if you can break down for people who are producing and would like to know, what types of music would you bury those sounds and what types of music would you want those to be in the forefront?
I feel like a lot in lo-fi, they should be more in the forefront. Because I feel like in lo-fi, you can really create that space and atmosphere to where you want the listener to see something or feel something within themselves. I feel like for a lot of hip hop, trap and stuff like that, it should be more in the background because usually you're going to have a vocalist over the track, so you don't want that kind of like blaring there. Right. But you can find moments in those pieces to where you can bring it up to the bring up a field recording to the forefront and kind of let that shine or add some sort of ear candy or, you know, something to kind of draw attention to the list, make the listener draw attention to your music.
Gotcha. I like that. And that makes sense. I had a lot of fun working on this track this week, man. I used 2 of the sounds actually. I was going to use a couple more, but I felt that I took the other 2 out that I used because they really didn't, you know, they weren't really relevant, but I enjoyed using my own creative mind to make those field recordings turn into something else. So for me, I'm like a chop master, right? Like you give me something, I give it back to you, and you're like, this is not what I gave you. And I'm like, I know, that's why you gave it to me. So for me personally, I really take anything and I find a way to make it, you know, my own, to make it sound like my own personal vibe. So I think you'll like tonight. Just based on the creativity, not necessarily the beat. You know, we're gonna see. You know, I want you to like it, but I believe the creativity of how I use it is definitely going to give you some perspective, and hopefully, you know, if this isn't something you already do, maybe even give you something I can show you. So I'm excited about that. I know I have a track, Cheeky has a track, and P has a track. P should be jumping in a couple minutes. I know you have a track too, right?
Talking about me?
Yeah, you have a track?
No.
He said, no, that's your job, man.
He said, that's all y'all.
I'm the host.
Well, this show's over.
I'll tell you, I was so busy this last week. I was sitting down like, man, should I make a track? And I was like, I ain't got time.
Man, okay, this is going in the records right here. The 3 Beats later was taken over by a producer that didn't come with a beat. I love it. I love it. That's a takeover. You do what you want when that happens. So typically we spin a wheel, we play tracks. But because I'm here and Cheeky's not here just yet, what I'll do is I will go ahead and play my beat. We thought you had a track. We really, really did. Now we're like, you know, we don't even know.
No one told me that I was supposed to have a track.
Now we're about to, you know, Apollo you, man. We're about to grab the dream and yank you off stage, man. It was great having you here. I appreciate your time, but you gotta go.
No one told me I was supposed to have a track. Nah, I thought I was just coming here to host a show, take it over a little bit, talk, chop it up, you know. And then, you know, play the tracks, leave, you know, leave it at that. You know, that's all that's going on.
Man. You can't do a job. But no, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play my track for you, and then I'm gonna show you how I use the field recordings that you sent in. And then around that time, Cheeky should be in. If not, I'll play his track because he did send it over to me. All so right. That's cool. And before we do that, I want everybody to follow. Not follow, but subscribe to our page, like and share with somebody that you know who loves music, especially a producer who may be able to learn some of this information. And also want you to go over to Arct1c's page and follow him as well. Like
Yes.
share, support this young man. He's
Yes,
doing his
sir.
thing. And I mean,
super dope.
he's already in classes he's overqualified for. So who knows where he's gonna be in a year from now? He's probably gonna be overqualified for the whole school. So
I'm not gonna lie. In a couple of months, I'm going to LA to record. I'm actually being dead serious right now. I'm going to Rolling Loud with a couple of artists. So yeah.
Oh man, he might not come back. Yeah,
I'm never coming back.
Sure, I gotta come back. I pay for tuition.
Listen, man, you don't know, man. The right opportunity, man. Tuition might not be a thing. Call your teachers, like, listen, I'm gonna go to school from LA. I'm gonna go to school from LA. I'm gonna do remote learning. But yeah, man, that's dope. That's super, super dope. But yeah, go give him a subscribe, hit the bell, so when he drops his, shows his trip for Rolling Loud, you can be on board for that. But I'm gonna play a track real quick that I did. I really enjoy, like I said, flipping these the field recordings. It was very interesting for me because I was listening. You know how when you hear certain stuff, like with field recordings, he did typewriter, like keyboard typing. There was the street sounds. There was a couple other ones. What was the other three?
There was an elevator.
Elevator.
There was
HVAC.
the kitchen, HVAC, and then there was the kitchen vents in my dorm.
So those were all good. For the ones that were outside, like the street ones, my brain was all like waiting to hear like random people chopping and talking. Like it was waiting to hear something, you know what I mean? So it was kind of fun because when you listen for stuff like that, you associate it with an experience you've had.
Right.
And so you're listening to make yourself familiar with the sounds. And I think it was kind of cool as a project, even just to listen, like, okay, what do I think is going to happen next? And does it actually happen next in this scenario? Like, thank God on the street one, you had like a car horn a couple times. Mm-hmm. So it was like, okay, I was able to, familiarize myself with the type of area. It was definitely, urban, but not too busy. So it was kind of cool. So I'm going to play my track, man. I'm going to break it down after. So let's mute up your mics, everybody. And here we go. Let me know if y'all have any issues with hearing this. I do have it bumped down as well, so I'll play it that way.
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. It goes on a little bit. It does a couple other things at the end, but I do want to stop it there. Why? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. want to stop because it stopped. So
why would you want to play that part? Like you,
seriously, the ending.
I'm confused about why you want to play that part because now
it wasn't that I didn't want to play.
I want that patch, bro.
Like, why would you stop?
It wasn't that I didn't want to play it. I just, I was at that 2-minute mark, so I always try to be conscious of the time. So, so welcome, Cheeky. And I apparently, whenever I stop my beat, Cheeky appears. So, welcome to the show.
The logic sign was placed in the sky.
Wait,
right.
Why? No, honestly, why did you stop there?
Well, I hit the 2-minute mark. I always stop at 2 minutes.
Okay.
I always stop at 2 minutes just for the sake of time. So that's just the thing I always do. I don't know if you ever noticed that, but I do, unless it's like a full song with words and everything. But so I want to know if you, Arctic, can tell me what I used of your sounds.
Well, here's the thing. I can obviously see you use the Streets one, but I cannot tell what sound you used at all because you chopped it so well.
So I'm gonna isolate a couple things, and I'm gonna just really, really quickly let you kind of tell me what I used. Okay. There we go. I'm gonna loop it too. Right here. So that right there is all field recording. So now I've narrowed it down for you. So now I want you to tell me where you think I used. And don't read it because I doubled it up. It's not actually what it says on the screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I think I could hear the typing recording. I think I could pick that up.
Okay.
Because I wasn't because I was trying to figure out. It does sound like typing, but I think you also use the street recording where like the car went over the what's it called? Not the grate, but the what are they called? Like the metal like disc in the street.
Manhole
cover. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what I use. So it's right here. So I'll isolate and solo them out. But I made some changes to them too. So what I did was I'll open it up here and I can show you real quick. So for that, I had this is the track right here. So this is I don't have any keyboard plugged in. Sheesh. All right. I can't even play it because I don't have a keyboard plugged in. But so here's what you heard. So So yeah, all right. So it's not gonna let me do it anyway. Yeah. So basically, what it is I took the part where he's going over the manhole, and it's like a part when it first goes over, like the front tires go over, and then the back tires go over, and I grabbed them individually, and it's like boom, 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 but it happens like a couple milliseconds apart, and I grabbed each separate time the tire hit. And it was 4 of them. So I grabbed the 4 of them and I flipped those 4 into separate sounds, which made it, the basis of the beat, basically the percussive sound. And then the typewriter, I was like, okay. And I pitched it down too. I pitched it on this one. I actually pitched it up to on this one. And then on the typewriter one, I pitched it up really, really, really high. I pitched it up 9. So here's the typewriter one. So I kind of went the same thing, but I didn't play like a straight loop. I kind of, chopped it up. So.
couldn't hear that right away when you played your track.
Yeah.
So it's right in the it's in with the other sound. So it's really like they're paired together to make the so.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that was so that's how I flipped that, and it was really fun because I had to challenge myself to really like go through and find the most impactful parts of that. I didn't just want to let it play. Like my first mind was like, yo, let this play and then just have it as background. I'm like, no, but that's some sucker stuff. I don't want it just to be in the background because that takes away from the creative process for me, because now this is not, you know, I just use it as a background. If it was a lo-fi track, that would have been different. But with me putting the emphasis on this track, I wanted to really drive the track. So that really was, I made that first. Like I didn't even do any other sounds first. I did that first, and then I built the track around that. So
yeah, see what the crazy thing is.
Nice.
When I listened to it, I was trying to figure out what the typing was. Cause I didn't think it was typing at first. I thought it was like a skateboard. I was saying like maybe because there's a lot of people who ride skateboards and scooters like around campus.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I picked that up, and I was like, I don't remember anybody skateboarding. Right. So I was trying to like pinpoint what it was.
Yeah. But it was definitely that. And it was, like I said, I appreciate, you know, you sending this over, man. If you ever do any more, get assigned any more field recordings, please send them over, because I will have a field day with the stuff.
Yo,
rocket them over. Send them in a rocket.
That was a great track. And the way that you took that little noise and made it just like the backbone of your track, like rhythmically is sick. Can you play the super high colored red at the end again? I just want to hear that. That's like the best part of the
breakdown.
Track. Yeah. Yes. Here we go. The flute, like mellow sine wave joint. Tell us what you're using there too, by the way.
Okay, I can do that. It's a plugin called Surge.
Ooh.
And Surge is a very inexpensive plugin. It is free. And I do believe that it works perfectly fine with Logic as well, I guess. But yeah, it has a ton of sounds, but this particular patch, Arctic, is called Butter. It's in the leads category, and it's called Butter. So if you were to get this is definitely.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice, it's definitely cool, and it has a lot of sounds. And you being more technical with things, you probably could mess around with some of these knobs and even make the sounds be more what you want them to be. I never touched these knobs. I just changed the sound. So I don't really dive in that much with the technical side of this, because I don't really care.
You might mess something up and never come back.
I feel like, I feel like you never can, but I always feel like I have the fear that I will. Like I think it's called FOMO, fear of messing up. When it comes to anything like this, I have FOMO. I made that up.
FOMO.
I have FOMO.
I'm not
fear of messing up, because it's like, if I can't get it back to sound how it started out, I'm really mad. So, but yeah, that was that. And then one other thing I want to just go over real quick is just this guitar little thing right here.
Labs.
Yep.
what I'm trying to do is, Cheeky is our like in-house guitar person. He does all of our guitar work, and I'm like, you know what, man? I just want to cut out the middleman sometimes. You know what I mean? So it's like, just in case one day he's like, I don't want to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do anything. I'm not sending you no stems. I'm not rocking with you this week. I'm busy.
Cheeky, I do not agree.
No, but no. So honestly, I've been looking for a long time to find a guitar sound that actually sounds somewhat realistic. Yeah. And when I found this, it's the Peel Guitar Ensemble Spitfire Audio. It is another free plugin. This is also a free download patch. So it's actually orchestra recordings put into this software. So you're gonna get live instruments. They're gonna sound good. They're gonna sound crisp, and they're gonna do the job. So I've been playing around with that because I've been doing a lot of work on tracks, and I'm working on some things. So I really wanted to find something that didn't sound like that system sounding guitar. And when I found this is like my new go-to. I love playing around with this and kind of keyboarding it the way I want to hear like guitar. So
I can appreciate kind of like the plug-in guitar sound just because I've listened to so much R&B with that in there. I can appreciate it, but yeah, that has kind of like that nylon guitar kind of feel. This is super dope.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
So I'm gonna stop it now unless anyone has any questions.
And I knew you used the typewriter sound because I kind of dropped the pitch on it too and played with it like that. But I was like, I don't want to do that because I have a feeling someone is going to do it too.
I don't know who that someone is, but
my bad, y'all. I'm late on the stream.
We didn't even.
Well, it looked like you just stood right in front of you when your screen popped up. Looked like you just stood right in front of him.
Yeah, my bad. I gotta come late and leave early. Randomly have family in town today. So peace, Arctic. What's up? How's it going, homie? Thank you for holding us down this week. Shout out 3 Beats fam. I was gonna be extremely rude and just ask if I could just play my beat next.
Go ahead, P.
Wait, hold on. Time out.
Look at this.
Wait, time out. Hold on.
Shows up late.
No. First of all, let's
first off, who shows up late?
Right. Yeah, no one comes late. But let's be very clear about what just happened, right? This reverse psychology he just used. I was gonna show up late and be rude and ask if I could just play my beat, and then he stopped, waiting for approval to actually do just that.
You can't be calling me out, bro. You can't be calling me out, bro. Now, honestly, if you guys know, my beautiful wife is 6 months pregnant. So, life is changing for me pretty rapidly. So randomly has some family just be in town. Like, we're coming over. So they're actually here now. So I act like I went to the bathroom.
Her under the bus
hopping on the stream real quick.
All right.
And then pretend like I didn't.
My wife is pregnant, so I gotta play my beat first.
Broadcasting from the bathroom.
Yo, listen, I pull it out every excuse in the book.
And it has nothing to do with the Marvel marathon going on in the background that we hear.
Yeah, I know, right? Shout out Arctic. Shout you out for giving us this opportunity, man. This was interesting.
Yeah.
Working with live sounds, man, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna just do this real quick.
Jump in,
and then I'm gonna say
bully
P.SO.
Right, he just
jump the line like
he said,
jump in and hey, listen, I'm gonna jump in. I don't want to buy nothing. I just want to skip you to look.
Now, P said I called it, made my order. I called it in. I'm here.
All right, gentlemen. Mutos Los Enginos. I know that's not the word, but
none of that.
All right. Word.
Don't hear anything.
We are missing audio. Pete.
Yeah, we don't hear anything, Pete.
See?
Oh wow.
Well, we're gonna let you rock because now you had to leave. We didn't want to stop you to tell you to play music.
This is what happens when you broadcast on the table.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing.
I was gonna let you rock. And you had
I
to leave.
waved.
All right, my audio's I messed up.
Waved.
I got it. I'm ready.
All right.
Mitos.
I meant he was gonna let you rock. It'd be like,
yo,
yeah,
he's gonna let me go for like 10 minutes. I hate y'all. All right, here we go. Word.
Yes.
Yo, P.
Yes.
How did you sample your child while like before you have a child? Like,
dope. I like that.
Aspire. I'm like, yo, it's like one of those Back to the Future tracks.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I wanted to I actually didn't, unfortunately, didn't. I made another beat, didn't really like it too much. So I made this beat kind of quick, and I wanted to really try to put as much of the sounds that Arthur gave us up in front. The other beat I had sampled 2 or 3 of his different things, and it just didn't sound right. This one, I really just focused on the typewriter keys because they just had the percussion. Used the good old simpler. Yeah. Threw that on there real quick. And I just wanted to make that, give it a percussive like feel to it, so that we could kind of have a nice little flow. I cheated with my keys. I used ripcord. If y'all
not cheating.
Yeah, I guess it's not cheating, but whatever.
Don't give them the sauce though, and don't give them the sauce though, man.
All right, little bit of the sauce. I'll take it off. But that was the piano keys came from there.
What actual sound is that playing?
Labs. That came from Labs.
Which piano though?
So I put in just the grand piano.
Soft piano? Okay. Yo, soft that piano. Sounds so perfect on there.
Well, I put a delay on there. That's what kind of gives it that like housey feel to it, because this was giving me a house vibe. So I added a little bit of delay so that the piano kind of stabs twice, just to make it sound a little bit, different.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, as soon as I heard the keyboard, I instantly went house. I'm like, okay. Yeah. I'm bobbing my head. There's no track yet. I'm like, okay, what's happening? Why am I bobbing my head? Then I heard the keys, and all I heard was like CC Peniston, that whole era of house songs, like where they just go crazy, and everybody was rocking them for like 10 years. That was that's what I felt.
That was exactly the vibe I went with. Only it's a little bit slower than those records that you just mentioned. Those are probably laying around 120. This is 110. So it kind of felt like a little bit coffee house groove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of just what I went with. Added bass line. I added my little kids that I've been doing a lot. Maybe I channeled fatherhood by playing with all these kids, when I sampled that up.
No, like when I heard the kids, I was in like the lead. I was thinking like this kind of sounds like something like Tyler the Creator would make.
Yeah.
Like probably like off.
Good call.
Like kind of like something like kind of deep cut off like Flower Boy or something.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's props to me because I love the direction that Tyler's music has taken over the last couple of albums. So that's definitely I would love to be in that zone. So thank you for that, Arctic. Appreciate that.
No, thank y'all for. I listen to him every single day.
Oh yeah,
pretty much.
I mean, it's a good man. He's doing good stuff, man. He's doing good stuff.
Yo,
thank y'all for letting me be rude. And
wait, P. So are you just gonna walk out of the bathroom and be like, "Woo! Don't go in there.
Don't go in there. I dropped the bomb.
Nobody going there for 15, 25 minutes." I'm gonna listen to the full show later. Peep everybody's beats. Thank y'all. I love y'all.
All right.
Peace, y'all.
Thank you.
Peace. All right, I'm taking the reins now. And I just have a question for everybody, really quick, because first off, I'm sorry I'm late. I had to attend something, and then I was still listening, like right as you guys got started. But my main question is, did somebody say bounce in place?
I knew. The introduction to the question is amazing.
I need that shirt.
I need that shirt. I need that shirt.
Somebody say bounce in place. Segue.
Yo. It was so funny. I was like sitting there. I'm like, I'm about to log on, and then I was like, wait a second.
Wait and made this. He made this before he got online. That's what he
Wait, look, Logic Gang. First, just an announcement: you can get this shirt today on 3beatslater.com. There you go.
Nice. And guess what? You'll be the first one with it because it came out 10 minutes ago. Fresh off the presses. Still on the press.
Bounce.
That is.
Yo, that'll be dope. I think you show up to class.
Yeah.
In place.
Right. There you go. Boom. And like you said, I could test out, right? This is my final exam. Like
hey, this is gonna give me extra credit, right? This is gonna be
So if any of Arctic's classmates is watching, if you want to impress your teacher,
right.
You guys
get sent to the dean's office. Either one.
House in place.
It depends on how they view it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, so here we go. All right, let's do this. I'm just gonna play my track. So mute your engine.
Are you leaving as soon as you get done as well?
No, I'm not. I'm not in the bathroom, hiding away from the family. No, here we go. You ready?
All right.
That's it. That's a track.
Did you woo yourself?
Wow.
Yep.
It's in the chat.
He said, woo! I had to check my mic. I thought it was me.
I thought it was right. I'm like, wait, I was muted. Who just man? Listen, hold on, wait a second. We're not done with you.
Yeah.
All right, so listen. I want to know, can you play the beginning of that track again and describe what was happening in the beginning?
Oh, okay. The beginning?
Yes.
In the beginning.
This part?
Like everything is underwater. I guess is that to accentuate the sounds that you used?
Yeah, so what I did here was I used the typewriting. Everybody used the typewriting field recording.
Yeah.
I'm not presenting anything, but the one I was right, I did not use the typewriter on purpose because I knew everybody was going to jump for the typewriter.
That's fair.
But I had a choice. I was like, I wanted to do something rhythmically with it to like actually support the drums. And then I kind of was like, what if I just made something like weird and atmospheric? So that's like the underwater noise. It's really just adding like a weird delay and a reverb to the typewriting.
Yeah.
I think that's all I did. I just scooped the lows and the highs and just had it like mid heavy. And then I added, I think I was playing around with like different filtering in here. So I have like a echo guitar pedal. And then I use this auto filter. And that just makes it like sound like way more like low sounding basically. So yeah, it has like the low pass filter put on. So it gives it that like underwater sound. And I wanted that to be atmospheric. So you could hear it in the background, just like a little bit like.
And sounds like a door stopper, like as every kid knows, like the blong, flicking the door stopper.
Yeah.
At your grandmother's house. Like, boy, stop that. Bling, bling.
I didn't get a chance to mix this in properly. I should probably bring this up. But the big thing that I wanted to do was just like have a riser swell happen. So I used the HVAC sound and I used some, first I used like, Logic has the fade tool right here, which is great. Yeah. And you can basically just fade in. So bringing the volume level basically from 0 to upwards or whatever you want. And then what I did was I used some automation, which Arctic was talking about as well. On this track, I used it and then I think I bounced it out. So you might not be able to see the automation. Yeah, here's the automation.
Y'all getting on my nerves. No, hold on, time out. Y'all getting on my nerves right now, man. I just want to let y'all know. That I will be holding a GoFundMe page to acquire all the things that I'm going to need to switch to Logic, because this is ridiculous that it has a fade button, not a plug-in you got to go search for, not a thing, a button like you just click fade in. No, it just makes so much sense. It's logical. It makes sense. It's logical. So I might be switching.
So what Arctic was talking about is you could actually go to a certain part of the song. So here, just focus on this EQ, what happens with this EQ right here. When the track is playing, I can write in what I want to happen. So this is what I had happen here. So I took basically like the high cut or whatever, and I moved it so it sounds like a filter sweep is happening. So when you listen to the actual swell, I'll get back to the swell, but it goes like and opens up so you can hear the high end basically. But in order to do that in Logic, all you have to do is once it's playing, you basically just move this little bar right here. So all I have to do is just move that left and right as it's playing. So it will remember that. And all, just like you're talking about like the mod wheel or whatever, if you're modding something as the thing is playing, it will just always remember what you just did. And then when you go and play it back, you don't have to like draw stuff in. You can just basically like play with your MIDI controller and it will remember those things for you. So I did that really quick just on that volume swell. So that way, when you hear the volume swell of his HVAC, and I'll just solo the HVAC part right here. So that's just like bringing the song back in. Maybe it has to be moved a little bit left or right or whatever. I might be off, but whatever. And then I wanted it to be like a drum fill, but instead of drum fill, I played this, which is from the field recordings. And that's just the elevator opening or closing or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I got a really important question for you about these sounds though. Really, really quickly, real quick. What kind of elevator y'all got, man? Your elevator sound janky, man. You sound like you went to the oldest city hall building in the country.
Bro,
no. This is the elevator in my dorm. This is the elevator in my dorm.
You gotta move.
I use the elevator. I use the elevator loop.
You gotta move. You can't stay there.
Here's the thing. This is the only elevator that has never broken down on all of campus.
That must be the freshman elevator.
That's the good elevator.
You can make it here. You can make it on campus. Like that's your hazing process.
It didn't break down.
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. The elevator does sound a little janky, but
it has that.
It sounds like it has a guy sitting in it that hands you mints. Like
it has that old school like buzz too.
Oh yeah,
the dude, it got the gate that closes, but the elevator starts moving before the gates all the way close.
Oh man.
I'm sorry, Cheeky. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
But no, that's really like those are the three things I used, and then you'll hear the typewriting come back at the end. So I kind of left it out. But you know what's crazy about the atmosphere stuff is like you could hear the atmosphere here, the underwater stuff. And then when it's gone for this first part of the song, you can really tell it's like very dry. Just like it's gone. Like I could turn this back on and it almost adds like a little bit of something. So just like in like lo-fi stuff, you do hear some like weird vinyl stuff.
Like it almost feels like frog-like. Kind of sounds like frog croaking a little bit. I feel like that adds a lot.
Like almost like it's like, is this outside at night or is this like underwater or something like that?
Yeah, it's definitely dope, especially with the typewriter one. It's so easy to make that sound like something else. Just like a click of a button could make that completely sound different. I love that.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's the track.
That's dope.
Playing bass. Was trying to weird stuff out on guitar. That's why I have like all these like slidey things going on.
Yeah, we sending you to the islands next year. Our first 3 beats later check. We're sending you to the islands, dude. The last 3 year worth of beats have all been island influenced. Cheeky needs a vacation. That's what this is.
That is what it is. And then adding bass. Cool thing is like it has kind of an Afro beats vibe, and I spent a lot of time.
That bass is crazy.
Right.
Ooh, thank you. If you listen to the drums, there's a lot of real subtle stuff going on there that I've been like studying a lot of Afro beats and trying to understand.
I love the stutter on that bass.
Yes, like there's swing, there's swell, there's stutter. There's like not everything is on the one. Everything is just a little bit like after the beat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if like you listen to all these things together, it really has a weird vibe to it. Almost, it's like it feels like off a little bit. But
nothing's quantized, right? You didn't quantize anything.
Some of it is, but some of it is purposefully moved left or right off the grid to get a specific feel. And this is the vibe I was going for right here. This like somewhat quantized but off, and then a little like
with a nice little swing.
Yeah, a little like, swingy,
I feel like I ordered everybody on the beach a shot. Yeah. And they're all like holding their shot up right now, and this beat is playing like, yeah. I guess you the man.
Oh, man.
Everybody on the beach vibing.
Everybody on the beach vibing, right.
Well, yeah, that's it. So I think that's it for beats, right? P came in and out. E, me, Q could not.
Oh yeah, and Arctic had a
shout out to Q.
No, I'm telling you, no one told me I was supposed to make a beat. Okay, if someone told me I was supposed to make a beat, I would have actually sat down and be like, "Yeah, I'll make a beat." But nah, I was busy this last week. Okay?
So when is your when is the homework due?
Oh man, that was due. It was due like last week Thursday.
So did you record something for that?
Oh yeah, I used the elevator sound. Like I even told my teacher. because I recorded the elevator song. I just changed the name to just elevator. I didn't include the Arctic part because I didn't know how you would feel about that. He was like, "Man, you just stole this off the internet, didn't you?"
So play what you made if you got.
I didn't.
His project was just to make the field.
Just
recording.
to make.
My project was to make the field recording and then use like an EQ to like accentuate like
certain aspects,
frequencies and aspects of it and stuff like that. I mean, he did say there was like this one underlying layer. There was like this one like filter sweep that I did, like reveal like this one layer that he was not like hearing at all until I did it. And he was like, "Man, that sounds super cool." And I was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." I was kind of just going through. I was just kind of going through and doing that. I was just like, "Man, this sounds kind of cool. I'll do that."
Yo, were you walking your dog or something in one of those recordings?
No, that was
you were like,
one from like the streets.
Yeah, you're like, come on.
Oh no, I was walking from because like the building where I have all my classes, I'm talking like every single one of my classes, is like right across the street from my dorm, which is super convenient.
Yeah,
that's why I'm like, nice. In the winter, I'm cool for classes. In the winter, I'm cool for classes. I don't have to walk far. I'm walking right across the street. But cafeteria is a whole different issue. But yeah, I was just walking from that building to my dorm. And so I stopped outside of my dorm and like this truck thought I was trying to cross the street. And I said, no, I told him like, move on. That's probably what you heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man, I'm trying to do my homework out here.
I was like, I can't talk loud because then I'd be influencing the recording. And if I use that for my project, for class, I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, great.
So real quick, because we probably keep it to a little bit over an hour. We're getting close to the end here. What are you working on, man? I see you're collaborating with a lot of producers. What's going on in your world?
So recently I just put out this one track called Psycho. It's kind of more like experimental. And that's kind of what I'm like aiming for my next like major project is more experimental music and like kind of more grimy music. So that's kind of what I'm working on. But like for my next project, I do want to collaborate with a lot more producers. I've been doing that now. I'm collaborating with a lot more producers, giving beats to artists. That's mainly what like my Instagram, I would have been putting on my Instagram is like all these beats that I've been sending out to artists and all the collaborations I'm working on with other producers. So yeah. And then I'm also going to LA in December for Rolling Loud. Working with this one artist from Detroit that I kind of grew up with, named Vince Heartbreak. And then he's there because of this other Detroit artist named White Rose Moxie. So we're all going to be going to LA, living it big.
That'll be fun. You know who's out in LA? Q Rock 639, one of the hosts.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So you're going to Rolling Loud. That should be fun. When is that?
Yeah.
That's later this year.
That's December 10th through. I'm probably gonna be there. I think December 10th through like 13th or the 12th or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and also actually another thing, I'll put in quotations finish some tracks for my high school's play. For my high school I graduated from. I finished that for that play. I did that. It was actually, I would not say a scrapped project, but a project that was like in the process of being finished. It was more orchestral, so I just gave them the tracks, let them use them. I'm still gonna put it out eventually, but I gotta go through and clean it up even more than I already did for them. So yeah.
That's actually fun. Is it like more orchestral or what type of music is it?
Yeah, it's more orchestral based.
Yeah.
At least that project I'm working on. I'm still talking to some people about the art for it. I was talking to someone about the art for it, but I was just like, yeah, I don't have the money for that right now. I was just like, yeah, I've been trying to get a job on campus, but they on some stuff about it.
Oh yeah.
But, you gotta take that elevator.
It's not even the elevator.
You can't.
Oh, Oh no, the elevator in the building for my classes. Oh, that's even worse. It's worse than the elevator for my dorm. It breaks down all the time.
Yo,
I'm scared I'm gonna get stuck in there. That's why I never take the elevator for that building. I always take the stairs.
What about the food really quick? Let's talk about the food in college.
Food straight. The food is straight, you know. It's all right. It's not like bad. I don't trust fish. I'm not trusting cafeteria fish. That's not happening. That's not happening. I mean, like I've been eating, I would say relatively healthy. So I mean, they have to provide like fruit and vegetables. So I'm eating relatively healthy, I would say.
Does that mean it's just like a banana in the morning and then?
No. In the morning, actually, breakfast is like probably the best meal. I have like an omelet station, so I'll be getting an omelet.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
wow.
See.
I'm
eating bad all the time. My weakness is the food in Detroit though, because there's some good food. There are some good food places.
What's your favorite thing to get out there? Like, what's your if I was visiting, what was the thing you would tell me I have to try?
Yeah.
Go to Hopcat on Woodward, and you have to try their fries. They were originally called crack fries a couple of years ago, but they had to change the name.
Because of the opioid pandemic.
yeah, kind of. Because they are actually addicting and they are so good. Like the seasoning that they put on them is like actually addicting and it's super good. I'm being
Is it white seasoning?
Is it white seasoning?
Is it flour? They sprinkle flour on it after they go.
Do you feel energetic after you eat them?
I mean, a little bit. I feel a little slow. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot.
They changed their names because they was facing some cases. They was like, man,
yeah, that's not crack.
No, but Hopcat on Woodward, that's a good place. Also, Al's Grill in Dearborn.
Wow.
Their chicken shawarma is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard they had like a foodie scene going nuts in Detroit.
Yeah, I literally live down the street from a ramen place. Like a hipster, like I'm talking like hipster ramen place.
Like the ones off Naruto?
Yeah. Kind of, but it's more like it's like hipster. It's like really it's like
19 different types of ramen.
Like scooters and jeans, hipster.
Yeah. Like sometimes like sometime next week, I think they're having like live DJs there or something like that.
Yeah.
I was like, that's
yeah. What about isn't the Motown Museum there? Did you check it out?
I've not gone to the Motown Museum. That's something I do want to check out though. But I've been downtown towards like Campus Martius area. I've been down in downtown Detroit too. Like really like where all kind of like everything is. Because right now, Wayne State is located in Midtown, so it's like relatively close to everything. So pretty much like all sorts of like entertainment, clubs, restaurants, it's all here in Midtown, and it's super accessible to like Wayne State students.
Yeah. So you should look into getting see if Motown Museum is hiring, because all the musicians that come in town, they roll through there when they go on they're playing local in Detroit, and then they come through Motown. You could just be doing tours and then all of a sudden run into some some artists and just be like, hey.
Yeah, I've produced music on the side, you know.
Exactly.
We can have this, kind of interaction again, but in the studio session.
Have a barcode on it. Have a barcode on the other side of your ID badge with your streaming sites.
Have a QR
What's
code.
your name? Oh, here's my name. Scan here for my name.
Scan here for my name. So, quick question for you, Arctic.
Go ahead.
When do you think you're going to be ready to like finalize songs, or like get more heavy into engineering? Do you do you think you're going to be able to do that?
I feel like I'm ready to do engineering now. It's just a matter of the space, because like I'm in a dorm room right now.
Okay.
So I'm sharing this place with my roommate. So it's not like I have like a ton of space to do recording vocals or have even the right sound treatment to be recording vocals and engineering and stuff like that. If we're talking like mixing and mastering, I could do that from my computer right now. But in terms of like actually having like a studio session. I don't have access to the studios in like the building yet. I don't have access to that until I finish the like preliminary course I'm in right now.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
So
they want to make sure you're in it for the long run before you get in there.
Yeah, pretty much. pretty much. So I feel like once I have access to those types of studios, I can sign up and I'll be ready to have like the space to like actually like record and engineer vocals and stuff like that.
That'll be exciting. What do you have to do once you get access to it? Just like sign it in and sign it out?
Yeah, kind of. You have to like reserve the space.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm gonna be competing with like the older, like, you know, but it's good because I'm already kind of connected with the main professor and also connected with some of the older students for early music technology. So
yeah. Just go in, like, here's a word of advice. Just go in and just act completely dumb. Just sign it out, reserve the space. Don't even look at the rules. Just get in there, get in the studio. And then when someone says like, hey, this is for seniors, be like, I didn't know that. Sorry.
Oops. No one told me that.
Right. Yeah, I have one more proposal for you. If you do go, when you go to Motown, right?
Yeah.
I personally am extending an invitation for you to live stream it here.
Oh, there
that
we
experience. You can take over. You can make up for not doing a beat today by live streaming. Yeah, by live streaming your visit to Motown.
Okay. Okay.
So you can jump in and live stream yourself there, and you know, we can be and ask questions, and people who are watching ask questions, and we can really make it a whole experience because a lot of people ain't gonna make it there this year because of COVID. So that'd be pretty dope.
True. Yeah, and then you could live stream when you're filling out the job application too. That'll be
Yep.
Yes, I need help on this question. I don't know the
answer. Who was the first artist on Motown? Like that's probably one of the questions on there. Like, yo, what artist was not on the label?
I gotta do Wikipedia search right quick.
Right.
Oh man.
What was Aretha Franklin's first song she released on Motown?
Siri.
Siri, help me out.
That's a trick question. She wasn't on Motown. We definitely appreciate you, man, coming through, man.
Yes.
I appreciate it so much. And man, keep doing your thing, man. You 8 classes this semester, 9 classes next semester. Dude, just keep doing your thing.
Keep going, man.
When you go out to Rolling Loud, make sure you take some scannable stuff with you so they can really, really check out your stuff.
Yeah, I know I need to invest in that. Yeah.
Hit up Cheeky, man. He can walk you through it. Cheeky's the guy, man. He knows all this stuff.
He's the guy.
Yeah, and Arctic, keep additional challenges in mind. If you have things coming up, more homework that you need help with, we're here.
Yeah.
We're your producer crew that will help you finish your homework. And
pretty much
let all your students know they could come to 3 Beats Later to get the new.
Bounce it in, please.
I actually know someone who uses Ableton who I'm going to buy that shirt specifically for him.
He's talking about me right now.
The hate is sprinkling everywhere now.
I'm going to buy that specifically for him because every single, almost like once, I would say once or twice a month, he tells me switch to Ableton. He tells me switch to Ableton.
It's true. Logic is the best dog. Wait,
he is I'm being so dead serious. He is the self-proclaimed Ableton wizard, and so I'm gonna get him this. Yes, I will totally. I'll send you guys his Instagram. He's actually a super sick producer.
Oh yeah, bring him on.
His name is Harlow. Super sick producer. I love working with him. I actually learned so much from him. Shout out Harlow. Love you, Merv.
Ableton gang.
I'm gonna get you this shirt. Logic gang. We're gonna get matching tees going on.
Well, I'll let E make a t-shirt before that episode.
Yeah, bro. Come on,
you don't do that. You don't do that. There's nothing catchy about Ableton that I can say. Like, don't.
I would just simpler. Just put simpler.
This right, simpler.
Oh man.
Or you could put how do I sample? Like
how do I sample? Simpler. There you go.
Word. This was fun, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. And like I said,
it's always a pleasure.
You officially have a residency with 3 Beats Later now.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's how Q started out, man. He was just like a regular guest, and then he just never left. Now he's part of the team. So it's like, yeah,
pretty much.
It's dope. But yeah, man, you always welcome here, man. And we really appreciate you doing your thing. Keep on seeking that knowledge with the music, man, and don't be afraid of your voice, man. Because that's Don't be afraid of your voice, man. It doesn't matter.
People might like it, man. The people like it, man. You got
people who need to like it will like it, and that's the key. If you withhold your art because you're uncomfortable, you're not serving your true purpose, man. So all this work you're doing and these paying for these classes, if you're afraid of your voice, man,
and that's
you're gonna end up like that elevator.
Yeah, and that's what ear training is for, man. You're gonna get better. You're gonna be matching pitches, and then people need references. If you got a hook in your head, you got a verse in your head or whatever, just at least they could hear a reference. If the reference isn't there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Know where they're going.
Exactly.
I'll be singing all the time. I'll be singing them songs every week, like belting out songs I don't sing. And they be like, oh, look, nice beat.
Telling you. Gotta let it out.
Don't do it, man. You gotta let it out, man, for real. I mean, let's be honest, and then I'll stop talking after this. Probably like 70% of the artists that are famous aren't great at what they do. They're just consistent at what they put out. So, a lot of the artists that we hear, we know 13, 14 people who are better than them at the actual skill of what they do. It's the consistency. Pretty much. And the lack of fear of putting out the content.
So just let it shine through.
But yeah, man, keep doing your thing, man. You're welcome back anytime. If you have any new projects, tell your professor, like, hey, man, 3 weeks later, if you got some we can, ask him if we can give your class a project.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
We got a research project we'll put together for your class, and we'll grade it live on the stream.
Oh my god! I just had a nightmare thinking about that.
Oh man!
Oh man, that'll be a rough one. Sure. Actually, we have our final projects coming up in like 2 weeks, so I'll ask if some people in my class are cool with having their final projects on here.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Let's do it.
That'd be dope.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. 3 Beats Later take over your campus.
Yes.
We just not getting in that doggone elevator. That's what we do.
Hey, don't worry.
I'll take the elevator to sample.
Never.
Y'all not going that elevator.
Nope, I'm not doing it, man. But yeah, man. Yo, listen, thank you again. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Cheeky, for joining us, making time to be on the show tonight. Thank you, P, for coming through, using the restroom with us. And shout out to Q. Shout out to Q.
Yes, sir.
And he said he used the restroom with us, came and left.
Yeah. So enjoy. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share.
Yes.
Make sure you do something amazing that you're passionate about this week. And whatever that thing is, next week, Monday, I want you to come back and comment what you did this week. Doesn't have to be about music. Just comment what you did this week that motivates you, because all of this is all about motivation.
Positive, though. Positive. Yeah. Don't come in and talk about,
Good luck,
beat up somebody and that voted, that motivated me.
All right, y'all.
Yo, peace. I'm going on that one, man. Yo, have a great week, everybody, man. Be dope. Be great. Peace.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace.